Hey Jack.
What's up?
So have you heard about that 47-story building that just randomly fell down?
Really? What randomly what happened?
Well, they said it was office fires.
What?
Yeah.
Office fires?
Yeah, do you think it was a way to cover up some sort of terrorist attack?
I mean, why would you want to cover something up if you didn't do anything wrong?
I don't know, but that's what happened on 9/11. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fruitfully Honest podcast.
What is up, guys?
Starring myself, Robert Jones,
And Jack Caroselli.
and we are here to talk about Building 7.
This is going to be a mini series. Well, it might be mini. I don't really know. We don't know where we're going to go 100% with this series. It's going to be a research as we go type of thing. The series is going to be called 9/11 Building 7, and a lot of people already know about 9/11. We know about the Twin Towers and what happened with the Pentagon. Everyone has their theories. I mean, Robert has his theories and I have mine.
Yes, I do.
But but we want to explore something that a lot of people don't really know about, and that is World Trade Center Building 7. And just go ahead and tell them a little bit about our experience and people's actually knowing about Building 7.
Well, I mean, we've run into a few people who know about it, but they believe that it was what the government said it was, and that was an office fire. But here at Fruitfully Honest, we know that that is not what happened.
Yeah, and he said a few people did know about Building 7, but the thing is that even more, I mean, so many more people don't know about Building 7 at all, and they just don't even know that it fell. There's actually a couple documentaries out there where people just ask the question, did you know a third building fell on 9/11? And way too many people don't even know about it.
Yes, they don't.
And that's what we want to explore. So the premise for this series is that we're going to episode by episode delve deeper into this topic.
And deeper.
Absolutely. And pull out the things that really kind of hit our face, if you want to call it that. And just really try to find some truth in this.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of mystery and a lot of deceit with
Yep.
this whole theory. So me and Robert are going to explain what actually happened with Building 7. So go ahead and tell them what the government says initially happened.
Okay, so according to the United States government in their police investigations of the September 11 attacks, Building 7 was a fire that started from office fires. If that sounds right to you, Jack. I don't think it sounds right.
Absolutely not.
Because if you look clearly at the video, you can see the building in what is a demolition, a controlled demolition, and the building is falling. But the government does not want to reveal that.
And my question is why they wouldn't, if this is an innocent thing on the government's end, why they would be so quick to sweep evidence away.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Well, the whole thing that's really scares me, I mean, and that's a scary point, why they would want to get rid of the evidence so quickly. My thing is that news stations were reporting Building 7 coming down like minutes and hours before it happened.
Yeah, there was a BBC report around 5 o'clock, and the building fell at 5:21. And it's a nice lady from BBC, I don't know her name, but she was reporting on the collapse of World Trade Center Building 7, and in the background, in the frame, you can see Building 7 standing.
Yep.
And on Fox News, they said they're getting word that the building is collapsing or has collapsed. So that I don't know how they could just know that it is collapsing.
Well, you know, by their logic, they're a little godly if they can
Oh, yeah.
do it like that.
And I did find something that it said there was a little bit of damage done around 5:20, just like literally a minute before it fell. But they were reporting it at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And what started these office fires is my question, because the buildings did collapse, and I can definitely see some debris from that hitting them.
Yeah.
There was like a gash in the building about 10 stories high. Nothing to me in what I've researched, about up to 6 hours now for the research. that could really compromise a structure. Also, the whole office fires thing. There have been, I don't know if you know of the Windsor building in Madrid, Spain.
I have heard about it.
It burned for a very long time. It was engulfed in flames. There weren't just a couple floors and a couple cubicles on fire. It was engulfed. There's pictures of it everywhere. And it was destroyed, but the structure, the steel beams remained. And that's something that has become a meme today,
Yeah.
is the jet fuel can't melt steel beams. But it's 100% true. Steel beams become molten at 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit, and jet fuel burns at 1250, approximately, anywhere in there. And now, maybe that doesn't account for structural compromise, but they did find molten steel everywhere around that whole complex.
Well, could you say that by the jet hitting the buildings, that the fuel from the jet and the explosion from the jet hitting the buildings could have lit the rest of the building on fire?
Okay, that's possible, definitely. I don't know where there were. There's a diagram out there that shows the plane's entry and exit, and where they found some pieces of the second plane. But I can't say for sure if I think the fires were started from fuel.
Yeah.
It could have sprayed onto the building, and then when it collapsed, sparked something. But I don't see how fires could just randomly start.
Well, I think my opinion is that the buildings were detonated. All of the buildings were detonated. World Trade Center 7 and the World Trade Center, the two Twin Towers, I think that they were detonated.
I think that too, but I want to make sure that I'm not rejecting any counter information.
Yeah.
Because there are things that could definitely be said where that could just go against it.
Yeah.
And if I reject that, then it doesn't help at all. Then you're just looking at one side of the coin.
Yeah.
So we know about the Twin Towers, and something that a lot of people really don't like to talk about is the Pentagon. And it kind of has that same weird, mysterious feel as Building 7.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't directly, it didn't really collapse, the Pentagon.
Just part of the wall was destroyed.
And that's how Building 7 was before it collapsed, which, so the Pentagon's sort of weird like that. And for it to be, I don't know if you know about the footage out there, that like 2 frames were taken out of the security footage, and before and after there's an explosion, but there were no plane pieces found.
Yeah.
So Building 7 kind of has that same feel, where it's like, it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Now, they also said that the Building 7 fell at the speed of free fall in 6.3 seconds, and to me, that's a dead giveaway. To me, there's no way that a building can collapse in 6.5 seconds,
and
due to fires.
Especially a 47-story building.
Yeah, this isn't like a house.
Yeah,
like
this isn't a high school.
Yeah, there's CIA in that building. There's we looked up the companies that were in there. There's a lot of different companies that are high value. So it's not they built that with that in mind, to not collapse. They're built to make sure that it doesn't collapse. And office fires, to me, just doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
I just can't buy that.
Yeah. And if you look, back to Building 7, if you look at the building as it's being destroyed, you can see on the right side, I believe, of one of the angles that it was filmed, that you could see what looks like a bomb going off up the side of the building. But some people say that it was the air pressure from the airing systems and all that stuff. But I don't believe any of that crap.
It could be partially. I think they're on the top of the building. There could be air vents where dust comes out. But I have seen pictures of like small excursions of like debris outside of the building, just below where the building's collapsing.
Yeah.
and I've seen that on the Twin Towers and Building 7, and it's just really hard. I mean, I'd keep going back and beating this dead horse, but I don't know exactly how hot office fires burn,
Yeah.
but I bet it's even less than jet fuel,
Yep.
for sure. And so, I mean, okay, I don't know the exact numbers, but molten steel happens at 2,500. We know that. I don't know the temperature it would take to compromise steel beams. Probably about half.
Yeah.
So 1,250, I guess. So jet fuel could compromise and make it bend a little bit, but at that point, it wouldn't fall at the speed of free fall. It would sort of topple.
Yeah.
Like if you've seen other building collapses because of systematic failure, then it would collapse a little bit and topple to one side. And there was even a lot of reports around 3:30
Yeah.
in that day that there was danger of it compromising on one side and toppling over on one side.
Well, I mean, there's a game, and Jack, maybe you could tell me the game where you take the little wooden blocks and you stack them up, and then you pull the things out of the side,
Oh, wow.
and like clearly laws of physics. It's called Django, or is it
Jenga, right?
Jenga, yeah,
I haven't
something
played that
like
game
that.
in forever.
So you pull a brick out of the side, and the building is going at the bottom, and the building is going to fall to the right or to the left, depending on where you pull it out.
Right.
So, I mean,
And also, let's not forget this. If you pull out a block from, like, in the middle or the top, and it messes it up, then the whole building doesn't fall.
yeah,
So, like on the towers, they were hit on the top thirds of the building.
yeah,
So if you pull out a block from the top third, maybe that top could fall off in the area that it was hit, but the whole, because it came down. Like, it didn't sort of like stumble around and fall.
yeah.
All three of these buildings came down with the quickness, and for them to say it's office fires, I really just can't buy that.
Yep. So, yeah, but in the next couple episodes, we're going to explain the tenants in the building. We're going to explain connections with the Bush family. We are going to basically just find every little connection and every little detail
Yeah.
of this series.
And this series is also, we're going to be finding things as we go, so it's not like we have everything ready right now. So it's definitely flexible. If any of you guys out there know something or want us to look at something
Yeah.
that you know about, definitely comment below and tell us about that.
Yeah. And if you know anybody who is in the engineering field that knows about detonations and that kind of stuff, just shoot us an email and we will let you know in the comments section. So just
And we
remember,
will also leave that email in the description, fruitfullyhonest
Yep.
at gmail.com.
so just remember to
Tune
comment,
in next
like.
episode also. We're going to go into engineering, more on the steel beam structure.
Yes, we will.
You don't want to miss that.
Yep. Thank you for watching the Fruitfully Honest podcast.
See you later.
Bye.